This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and this is my set ideas for a third wave of LEGO Lord of the Rings sets. Note that any of the ones that are actual LEGO sets were not designed by me, and I did find on the internet some of them are active projects on LEGO Ideas. I'll try to remember to mention that if it is one of them. Although I have a LEGO set image over, some of them I just used a generic photo from the movies because I could not find any. But really, I'm excited to do this. I'm going to go over them by my guess's price, and I'll go over the minifigures I would put in. So let's go get into it. The first set is a gift with the purchase, actually. It would be the one ring with a chain holding it. I don't really find any images of that one where it was, big. I thought it was like someone trying to sell one. I just did this one over on map. Yeah, I thought that would be a cool idea, but I was like, don't really know if I can get into a set, but I was like, ooh, gift with purchase, that would be cool. And that's really it for this one. So just be a cool gift with purchase, and I'd say maybe $40 or more, but maybe 60 or 80, depending on how big it would be, and probably to make it out of, I don't even know if they had them at the time, the metallic gold chrome pieces, because I'm going to act like this is at the time. So let's go to what I would say the next set would be, and that would be the Mordor Orc Camp, and it'd be a pretty, cheap set. It'd be a $5 poly bag. I would just have a Mordor Orc, a tent, and maybe a weapons rack, but that would really be it. The next set would be King Elysium, maybe like Elysium's crowning. It'd probably be about $10, and it would include Aragorn as King Elysium, Arwen, and maybe Gandalf the White. But I think kind of similar to the Gandalf Arrive set, well, it will have just two figures, and I'll have a small side build of a more detailed White Tree of Gondor. The tree will appear in a set that I do have later, but we'll get to that one when we get to it. The next set I would choose is at $15, which would be maybe a little less, depending on how much a battle pack was at the time. But it would be the Riders of Rohan, or Rohan, don't know why I said it the other way. And it would include Eomer, two of the Riders, and an Uruk-hai. And some of the stuff that would be built up is 3 horses for the riders to go on, 3 Rohan banners to go with the horses, 2 kind of like armor scarecrows to represent, the victory, and a large fire build, which will represent, well, that giant fire, where technically they would thrust a bunch of orc bodies into, but this time you can just say it's a giant campfire. The next set is Mount Doom, or the Cracks of Doom, and this one will be pretty similar to this one, which is a LEGO Ideas project, which is, bookends, which you can't support now. And I really just use this because I thought it'd be cool for it. I'd say it's around a $20, maybe $30, depending on how big it is. It will include Frodo and Sam and their Journey's End outfit from the LEGO games, and Gollum. And this is just, from the end of the movies. I think it would be a set we kind of need to get. So that's why I'm saying we should get it. The next set is the Battle of the Last Alliance, and this one would probably be around $30 to $40, and would include his main build of buildable Sauron, And the one I have maybe isn't the best example of it, but I think it'd be more similar to how Groot was built, and perhaps have a similar, headpiece as him for the original Guardians of the Galaxy wave, since this would come out, I think, in 2014 or 2015, and that Groot minifigure should exist. This would be a similar design to that, and I think that, yeah, it would be maybe I saw the sets, both ones that had those types of builds from Marvel, which was the Sentinel and the what's called X-Men set, and the Guardians of the Galaxy one were both around like $40 to $50, and the builds weren't huge on them. Although the X-Men's jet was kind of bigger, that's why it was around 50. So I'd say putting some scenery and stuff for Mordor, maybe. Oh, that's what it was. I wanted a tower to go onto the Black Gate set, since it only came with one, the original Black Gate, and you have to buy multiple for that. But you could just get one to add on to the end. And really, I think that's a really good idea for it. And first minifigures would be Elrond, Isildur, Elendil, Gil-galad, and probably two Mordor orcs. But if we had to cut two for it, I would say cut them orcs, since we need the other four, since they're essential to the scene. Even though Gil-galad is not really in the movies at all, it would be a nice, little book throw-in. And the next one is the Elephant Attack, and this would be a set basically based off of Two Towers, although it could combine with a few sets I have later. And I actually cut it out of a set that I was going to put in another bigger one. I decided to put it here because it made it be too much. So I'd say this is around 50, maybe 70, $80 at the most. I'd say around the 50 to the 70, so I put an average of about 60 down for how much it would cost. And it include Faramir and his kind of like outdoor clothing when he is with Frodo and Sam and everything, although I won't include them. It will have two Gondor archers, two of those like Sauron servants, the men that have like kind of like the black like ninja hoods on, and an elephant rider. And I decided not to include Frodo and Sam and Gollum, since they'll also be appearing in other sets, and didn't think they were essential, and there would have been too many figures for this set. But yeah, I think it would look similar to this, but not exactly like it. It'd probably be a little smaller. This is probably the best one I could find online. The next set is the Bridge of Khazad-dûm, and I don't think this is an active one anymore for LEGO Ideas, but I think I did find it on the website. I got it from a Google search, I'm pretty sure it's from there. And this would include Gandalf the Grey, Gimli, Boromir, Frodo with his mithril shirt exposed, and two Moria orcs. And that's really it. It would be, a simple bridge build. Probably not as big as this, and it would be about $80, maybe 90. That'd be a nice expansion to put with your Mines of Moria set, if you got it at the time. And I do own one, but this is just, fun idea for it. And let's take a look at the next one, which is going to combine with the other set. This is the Battle of Pelennor Fields, and will combine with, well, I think it's kind of obvious, and I'll say it now, the Minas Tirith set. And this one's going to include a lot, which I put here. So I think it should include one, the the Witch King on his Fell Beast. And so much more. Let's see what else we'll include. I'm going to pull up my list. We'll include the 12 beast, the battering ram, and catapults, the orc siege towers, and a horse. A few horses, one for Eowyn and one for Theoden. And the siege towers are going to be two of these of the ones that I got from a Minas Tirith set and LEGO ideas I talked about. It's ready to achieve support. And there's a catapult on here too, and it'll probably launch skeleton heads. So they could, maybe reference how they were launching heads at it, but not have it as crazy, since I think they have done a skeleton catapult before. And this one's gonna be real, the figures are a little crazy, but I think it would be cool. I include Theoden, the Witch King, Eowyn, Merry is a rider of Rohan, Legolas, a rider of Rohan, Soldier of the Dead, two Mordor Orcs, and a Mordor Troll to push one of the towers. And this will combine with the other one, so there's going to be another troll to push the other one in Minas Tirith, but there's one set in between those two, one that I saw in LEGO Ideas and I really liked. So I'm going to put that one in too. Before I do that, I need to tell you, I'd say this is going to be maybe around $90 to $100. I discussed at the time, but it would probably cost a lot more today. This would be a really cool set to get with all these different parts. Now it's going to the one that I added in because I saw that I liked it on LEGO Ideas. And this one is the Prancing Pony. And the builds on this would be, well, the Prancing Pony, and then there'll be stables off to the side. I'll have two Nazgul horses and two ponies in it, but the figures will include Aragorn, Frodo, Merry, Pippin, Sam, Roland Butterbur, and two Nazgul. This would cost about $120, but I think it would be a really cool set to get. And this one from Fellowship of the Ring, because I don't think I have, besides Battle of Last Alliance, anything from the movie. And the battle doesn't take place in the book, so I don't. This is the only, I think, Fellowship of the Ring book set I have, unless I forget any one I did. Technically, the ring is in all of them, but that's a gift with purchase, so it doesn't really count. The second to last set is the City of Minas Tirith, and it'll just be the city as the build, since it's gonna be big. It'll probably be between 150 to maybe 200. I said 180 just to be nice, so 150 is possible, I think. 170, 180 is around the point would be at. And to get the full, battle would be 280. And really, I think this would be a cool set. And I have a bunch of figures for it. I'm going to include Gothmog, who is the orc captain that leads the battle. Gandalf the White, Denethor, Faramir, Pippin in his Guard of the Citadel uniform. I was at something different in another video a week or two ago. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the one where I was talking about this. I guess that's something else. Specifically Godey's project, but it would also include two orcs and a Mordor troll. And this would be a pretty big, two sets combined together to make an even bigger one. And I think it'd be really cool to get this. And now it's time to talk about the final set, which would be the most expensive one, but the one I want to get the most. And this would be the Tower of Badador. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it correctly. And it would include the full tower, 2 or 3 fell beasts, and 4 Nazgul horses. And this will include a lot of stuff. And it will include a minifigure of Sauron, not a big buildable one, but just a minifigure. This would be a fun one to have and exclusive for that. The Mouth of Sauron, a repeat of the Witch King, We'll have Gollum, Frodo in his orc disguise, Sam in his orc disguise, 4 Nazgul, and 4 Mordor Orcs. It could cut down to 2, but I think 4 Nazgul would be important, so you could get out a full set of Nazgul because this one would have 4. And then you'd be able to get Weathertop that had another 2, and another 2 would be within the Prancing Pony set, and you finally have the Witch King making up 9 Nazgul. And although one of them would technically be a little inaccurate to the scene on Weathertop, they weren't all there. So it'd be really cool to have all 9 spread throughout the sets. And initially I wasn't thinking of putting the Prancing Pony in, and I had 8 Nazgul in this set, and I was like, it's probably too much for this. So I cut it down to 4, moved 2, because I was like, you know what, I really want to do the Prancing Pony in this. I was like, I tossed another like $120 on, but it was way worth it. I think it would be the best set of the line, and I think this is one of the ones I want to be the most. Although I'd be fine getting the Minas Tirith one right now from ideas, and then that causing this to be made. And this one is from ideas also, and you can go support it. But really, that's not going to go to an overview of it all. I talk about that and then finish up. Here's the crazy thing. I just went and calculated how much these cost. I haven't done that yet, and I was like, I have no idea how I did it because I got it to, without tax, exactly $1,000. I probably shouldn't mention that it's American dollars. But yeah, looking at it, I have no idea how I did it to exactly that, since it was mainly me putting numbers on. And I'm pretty sure I give you all the numbers I put down for there. At least these are the prices I put down and the estimates, so maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but still should be around $1,000 for all of these. And yeah, although that is kind of pricey, it's probably cost a lot more. Well, definitely to buy them in secondary market, you're probably spending around that. So that's what you're going to be spending around right now to get a few of this. So it's probably be paying about that much to get Helm's Deep, Isengard, and maybe 1 or 2 other sets. And you're sealed in the box at least. Probably less if you want to get the other ones. But I think this is crazy, and you're probably paying a lot more if you want to get all the Star Wars or anything else from a year. But I think that this is probably what I want to get. It'd be nice, and I really enjoy it. I wonder what you think. Do you like this setup, setup of sets? Or do you think it should be a different one? Just tell me what you think in the comments. I had a lot of fun making this. I'm probably doing this for a few other things like the Arrowverse soon. That'll be both by show, crossover, and then some like the one that's gonna be like a multi-show one for the ones I don't watch as much. But I don't really have much more to say. I'll see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.